Whoosh.
Welcome to the first episode in a series of videos I'm going to make about world building. I've had a lot of difficulty with this at first, and I'm certainly not one of the best world builders, but I've picked up some helpful tips and tricks along the way that I will share in this series to help you create a world that feels alive and teeming with adventures and stories. I personally like to start building a world by making up some sort of conflict. Now, this doesn't mean that every world should start with a great big war, nor that every campaign should start with your players partaking in a fight. Although throwing your players' characters into a bar fight right at the start of a game can be quite an effective way of introducing everyone. It does, however, mean that there should be some sort of possibly clashing force or forces in the world that provide the reason for how the world behaves and creates a lot of possible story hooks. The reason I like to start with a conflict instead of a map is that you can easily deduce the state of the rest of the world from that one central conflict. Makes it a lot easier. Say the world you're creating has a great number of beings from a portal deep inside a central mountain range, flooding to the cities and threatening civilization. If that is the case, I'd say it's safe to say that the cities would have a strong wall and a large number of guards protecting the city, as well as a sizable slayer stake, and likely a large number of adventurers seeking fame and fortune by defeating the great evils of the world. Perhaps the world is divided into two large factions dominating large plots of land. Now, these factions are likely to control a vast number of cities and perhaps control the trade there, and don't necessarily take kindly to outsiders not in the faction ruling the place. Maybe the entire world is threatened by a deity that considers the people living there their playthings and just want to create chaos. God, smash! Now, the Dungeon Master's Guide for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition has a table on page 112 titled Current Calamity, which pertains to cities, but you can easily fashion them into a conflict that drives a kingdom or perhaps the entire world. Now, you can use this list or make up your own sort of conflict that drives the narrative of the story forward. And feel free to pick up your favorite book or series and borrow from that. You don't have to create everything yourself. There are some great stories other people have written that you can borrow elements from to create your own story together with your players. This has been the first episode in the series of world building tips and tricks, and stay tuned for more of these. If you like it, hit the like button. I also very much love to read all of your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Have a great day.